First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother the Wild Bob from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And it's amazing how the Lord guides you and how He guides your steps and guides your ways, man. And how just to make a story, here it is. I'm in the bathroom, washing my hands, about to come out, and something popped in my mind. I was just thinking about, I seen something earlier about Denzel Washington. And so I got to thinking about it, and then I was thinking to myself, I wonder how old Denzel was when he played Malcolm X. So I looked up how old Denzel was when he played Malcolm X. Malcolm X started filming in 1991. Denzel was 37 years old. And then so this came into my mind. Then I said, well, damn, I wonder how old Malcolm X was when he got assassinated. Malcolm X was 39 years old. He got assassinated in 1965. And then I asked myself, like I said before, some popped in my head. I said, I wonder how old Martin Luther King was, because, my mind wasn't really thinking at the time. And I was like, damn, Martin Luther King Jr. was 39 years old when he was assassinated too. And he was assassinated in 1968. So when you look at that, two what you would call civil rights leaders were assassinated both at 39 years old, 3 years apart. And you know how Esau liked to play on numbers, But it was just something I was thinking about. And I'm thinking to myself, see, and the real point about this is that it's two things. It's amazing how here it is. I wasn't thinking nothing about this stuff, and all of a sudden it popped in my mind, and it just let you, the Lord guides your steps, man. I was sitting up here thinking about something to sit up here and have a lesson on, and this just happened to pop up, and and it just gave me a little thought about something. So I'm gonna get a few scriptures, but before I do that, I am gonna sit up here and prove the point that I had made. It says Martin Luther King Jr. was 39 years old when he was assassinated on April 4th, 1968. As you see, he was born January 15, 1929. His death was April 4th, 1968. He was 39 years old, and it was in Memphis, Tennessee. So, when you go to Malcolm X, let's go up here to Malcolm X. Let's go to the same thing. Malcolm X was 39 years old when he was assassinated on February 21st, 1965. He was born on May 19, 1925. And then, as you see, May 19, 1925, death date, February 21st, 1965. Age of death was 39 years old. And the place that he died was at the Audubon Ballroom in New York City. And as you see, cause of death was gunshot wounds. And as you see, 39 years old. Now, here's the thing. Look at the 3, but if you flip that 9 over, it's a 6, And like I said before, He has a way of playing on things. Now, whether it is or isn't, I don't know. But for two so-called civil rights leaders to be 39 years old when they both died, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., and it's funny that I find that they both starts with M also. And then they 3 years apart, And like I said before, this is just me, just kind of like thinking out loud. But it also just is the beauty of, like, when you're thinking about something, how the Lord, guides you, And like I said before, now I've never really heard any brother speak on the age of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. when they died. I heard brothers talk about them, and say things here and there, But I haven't really heard a full lesson on Malcolm X or Martin Luther King Jr. So it's kind of, it's just the beauty of, the Lord just putting on my spirit just to do a little something on it. And but like I said before, man, Esau loves to play around with shit. He loves to do shit. So with that, I'm going to just grab a few scriptures. Now, 2 scriptures I want to sit up here and grab, and this was just based on the fact of, hey, man, when the Lord is just guiding you, man, it's just guiding you. And when He's putting, in this is His words, man, that he's guiding you with. This is Psalms, and then I want to go to something on the subject I was talking about. This is Psalms 119, and what is it, 33, I believe. No, it's not 33. I might be missing something. Give me a second, bros. I know I'm. Forgive me, brothers, because I know. Am I looking at the wrong one? Salakia, bros. I know I can't be wrong. My mind is. Oh wow, it's 133. I'm sitting up here looking so much for for 33. I'm not even thinking about the other one that's behind it. Salakia, brothers. Salakia for this wait. This is one Psalms 119 and 133. It says, "Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me, but order my steps in thy word." And that's the thing I was sitting up and thinking of. Hey, the Lord guides us, man. He guides us with this truth, man. You know, He guides us with this truth, man. Hey, look, let the Lord, hey, like it says, don't lean not to their own understanding, and let the, you know what, I'm gonna get that in a moment, but let the Lord guide you, man. Let the Lord guide you, man. You know, that's the most important thing. Like I said before, and even though this is something of, even though this is just me, I was not even thinking nothing about Malcolm X, but for the Lord to put something in my mind, for Him to guide me into something, because I was thinking about a lesson, and for Him to put something in my mind just to talk about was just beautiful, and I think that's where this is coming from. I'm gonna go to Psalms 3 real quick. This is Psalms 3. Proverbs, god damn it, I'm all over the place right now. This Proverbs 3 and 5. Now, man, I am really crossed up today. Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths." And and like I said, directing the paths and how you walk in this world, how you do things, but even guiding you when it comes to these lessons, when it comes to just, you trust in the Lord, man, and He got you. That's all what it's all about. Trusting in the Lord, and He got you. And then this was the other thing I want to sit up here and get in Salakia, brothers, if I'm all over the place. Let me get this Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, you know what? This is Jeremiah. I'm just going to, start at 7, but the point is in 9. It says, "But the Lord said unto me, say not I am," you know what? Let me go to 6. Like I said, Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 6. "Then said I, Ah, Lord, thy power. Behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But the Lord said unto me, say not I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee thou shalt speak." It says, "Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, said the Lord. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth." And there you go. The Lord put these words in your mouth, man. When you do these lessons, when you out there on the highways and byways, man, it's the Lord that put these words in your mouth, man. So that's one of the things I want to sit up here and get to. So, and like I said, Salakia for the little long wait earlier. I'm sitting up here thinking it was Psalms 119 and 33, but here it is. It's Psalms 119 and 133. Some of them Psalms have long chapters. So, but either way it goes, it's just the Lord guiding you, man. And like I said before, I wasn't thinking nothing about Malcolm X or anybody, but this was just the spirit of just how the Lord guides you, man. So with that, now let me go to where I want to go here. This is just speaking a little bit up on you know Man, our people, man, and this damn devil, man. You gotta sit up here, you gotta watch this damn devil, man. This 2 Corinthians chapter 2, in verse 11, it says, lest Satan should get a advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And that goes using our people for his own will and his own gain. People don't understand that Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, they were set up, man, to do what they do. Do you honestly think that this devil would sit up here and let Malcolm X run around and do the things he do without having some type of control? The same thing with Martin Luther King Jr. They got control, man. Opposition. Malcolm X set up to be opposition, and Martin Luther King set up to sit up here and guide you people into a burning building, pretty much, to follow, and that's what this damn devil did. You got to be careful, and it says that's why you got to be careful of Satan's devices. Satan's devices just ain't weapons and guns. Well, everything he used as a weapon. Phones, everything, people, everything is used as a weapon. But you got to be smart about everything that you deal with this damn devil. You can't trust him. You can't trust the damn thing he says. And a lot of people trust these motherfucking devils. Martin Luther King Jr., all these motherfuckers trust these damn devils. And what did it get them? Death. You didn't put your trust in the Lord. You put your trust in a goddamn devil. You put your trust in this evil ass, wicked ass nigga. The nigga of all niggas. Let me sit up here and go here. Now let me go here. As a matter of fact, I want to get that, but I'm going to grab this first. Let me grab this first. Boy, you goddamn devils, man. Man, don't want me to do anything. Let me go here first, because this is what Martin Luther King Jr. did, man. This is First Maccabees chapter 1 in verse 11. I'm just going to go straight to the point. This is First Maccabees chapter 1 in verse 11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. But let us go make a covenant with the heathen. That's Martin Luther King Jr. What did he do? He made a covenant with these damn devils. Want this equality and all this marching shit and all this other bullshit, man. Stay separate from these motherfuckers. And then what gets him assassinated? 2 weeks before he get assassinated, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to be quoted on it, he stood up here and this is why he got assassinated. What did he say? He said, I think I made a mistake. I think I led my people into a burning building. He knew he fucked up. He knew he fucked up. And guess what that did? That got him killed. But these are the things, man, because our people trust these damn devils. Now, here's the other thing I want to sit up here and get, and this was the main thing I want to grab. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. He's going to be the same motherfucker that you always see. An evil piece of shit. Never trust your enemy. And who's your main enemy right now? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And 2/3 of these niggas in these other nations, man. You can't trust them. You can't even trust your own family members, man. When all hell break loose, man, a lot of people ain't gonna be on your side. They're gonna be on these damn devil's side because they're gonna believe everything gonna be good and great. Not understanding the pain that's coming, not understanding the judgment and death that's about to come to these people, man. But we have that hope, that faith in the Lord. And brothers, keep that hope and faith in the Lord, man. Don't let it waver, don't let it fall, man. Because as you see now, the days are just, man, it's about to get rough. Real rough. It's just around the corner, man. But this was just something through the spirit, man. Just a little something through the spirit, man. I was thinking about 2 so-called civil rights leaders that died at 39 years old. And I never really thought about it, so forgive me, it's kind of, might be a little slow on it. And then 3 years apart, and just, all the other shit that goes along with this damn devil and this bullshit. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those apostles and elders from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwame Yasharala and a Bob a Ball. And Ayah Habatham Malakia.